Lord have mercy. Welcome.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey,
Hey, producers.
the final debate is here. And let me
Thank
start.
God.
I was
I got
literally
adult attention deficit disorder. I can't.
I
Oh,
literally was
child.
sleeping all day today, and people had to remind me to forget about the debate because I was just sleeping and sleeping and sleeping because I'll go back to work next week. But this debate is finally here, and it wasn't as entertaining without the interruptions. So they opened up with the coronavirus. Is who's going to be the best leader with the coronavirus? I am so tired of talking
The coronavirus.
coronavirus. I was just so tired of hearing about it. We talk about it so much, but let's be clear: we still losing a lot of people due to the coronavirus, and we do
Yeah,
need some leadership.
yeah, it's very bad. Like, I think they said yesterday 10,000 people died. The numbers are going up. Like, Biden was truthful in those red states. I watch where people are still losing their businesses, and that's a ripple effect on other businesses. So, yeah, the coronavirus is a big thing, and Trump did fumble that ball. So,
And when it comes to be clear, when it comes to this, they could do a better job. Well, Trump could do a better job. He could have done a better job back in January, but he didn't. And
right.
when it gets with the question, he said, "Well, we could have lost more people if I didn't shut down China and all of this." But blaming China is not going to help the problem here. It's the problem that Trump he fumbled the ball when it came to this. He didn't listen to Dr. Fauci. He didn't listen to any other scientists. He did it his way, and it failed.
And he's been fighting with Dr. Fauci because Dr. Fauci is very popular and he doesn't like that. So he's been fighting with Dr. Fauci, and now Dr. Fauci has to have Secret Service and security. And Trump said young people recover 99.9% of the time. Then he said 99.9% of people survive. Like, that's not true.
That's
He's
not true.
just, yeah, he's just saying self in this debate.
Because people, it was a lady in Chicago. She was in high school and she died from the coronavirus.
Oh my God.
So to say that young people get rid of it just like that is not in every
right.
Young
he
people,
said his son had it.
Yeah, and his wife.
We don't know if that's true because they never reported on that.
Right, and they said his wife had it, and she showed up with the man. They talk about she sneezing and coughing. She had to cancel some events because she wasn't feeling good.
And at the beginning, he didn't look too well either.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But of course, he the president, so they're gonna give him all the
best meds,
drugs, whatever they got into the nation. But then they get into what Biden said we enter into a dark winter because I don't know how this winter is gonna be because it's gonna get cold, people gonna be sneezing, people gonna be coughing, and you got to take the mask off to get the snot out your nose.
Right.
So it's gonna be a very contagious.
Yeah, you're gonna have the flu and the coronavirus. I wonder, can you get both of them at the same time?
To me, it's just so sad because we got the flu, then you got the coronavirus. I don't think the flu is going to be like a big thing because we got the coronavirus. I think that's just going to get it all out. But one thing I can say when they were bringing up the points I have to give him credit. Like he did blame China. China is the blame, but what Trump failed at, he did not do a great job when he came to the American shores. He keep
But
on
we did have people in China to let us know what was going on with different viruses before this even happened, and Trump took them out.
absolutely, and he didn't want to listen.
Right, right.
He didn't want to listen, and it just doesn't make any sense. And let's move on from the
Yeah,
coronavirus.
it's
I
sad.
want to quote Joe Biden. He said he want to shut down the virus, not the country. Even
Right,
though he have said he would shut the country down, but I guess when he got that backlash from the businesses and the business,
right.
like, no, bro, you got to keep it open because it's a lot of business are suffering right now.
But you got to control the virus before you can do anything else.
Absolutely, I think they're gonna do rapid testing, and they're gonna have to invest for that vaccine. It's no
Right.
way
And the
because
PPE.
absolutely, because I do agree with Trump at one point. He said, if you shut down the country, then what? People lose their job, depression.
Well, we already had the country shut down because of him. So that's what
Absolutely.
we're in now, a depression. People lost their jobs. He was at the helm. So we already done that. Shut the country down. The country really is really still shut down. Some cities and states can't open like that. And the
And,
ones that are, their numbers are going up.
and did you see what happened with Philly? They had opened their schools up, and then they closed it
Right. Boston too, I think, somewhere.
because of the coronavirus.
Right.
Because the kids is that's very contagious. Then the teacher get it. Then
Right.
send home to your parents.
It was a teacher that died from that.
Wow.
I think in Alabama. I'm not sure.
It's gonna have to be online.
She was young too.
And parents, once y'all online, make sure y'all keep y'all clothes on because the parents be having their clothes on.
They do.
Yeah, like teachers want like a whole thing. So, like the teachers are like, wait a minute, y'all on camera because you
Don't
know.
be scaring them kids. I feel bad for the kids though. Look what they have to come up in this coronavirus. They can't go to school, get away from their parents. They can't see their friends. They can't go to school and act up. Like that's
Yeah, and then too, then you appreciate what teachers go through. And then
right.
now I'm hearing from other from parents that now they say that teachers get to teach more. It's more personable than putting something on the board and just be done with it.
Right, right.
Have to really interact. And you never know. This might be a new way of America's school system.
Right.
That
Or
they might
part of it.
or partial of it, right? Because I know if you go into
oh no, you know what's gonna happen when them snow days come in the east? They gonna say, all kids, school is closed. Oh no, it's not. Y'all gonna go online.
right. They're not gonna shut it, it's gonna say online. Absolutely.
Right. No more snow days.
Oh yeah, that's about that. So, and now to let parents know that they do need to get their kids the internet. You do need the internet connection,
right?
Because we in the 2020. We definitely. But then they get into Russia and they get into Iran. Apparently, is meddling with the election, and now they talking about that. So Trump pretty much said no. This is what Biden said. I made it clear that they will pay a price. And then also Biden said China's been involved in meddling in our election as well.
Yeah, they said that they were sending out emails saying, disguising themselves as the Proud Boys, saying you better vote this way or that way. Like, ain't no like fuck. I don't know y'all, but I'm from Detroit. I don't care what email you sending me. I don't care. You can meet me at the poll. I'm still gonna go vote. Ain't nobody listening to that.
Right, and then Biden said, I'm talking about. Then Trump said, "You got $3.5 million from Russia between you getting all this money." He was just throwing out lies.
Right. And then he brought up his son, of course. Talking about his family, but he never say, okay, where was the business he got the money from? That's what Trump should have did. He said he should say you got $3 million from XYZ. Or whatever, but it's not true because you can look at their taxes and find that out.
Right. Then they talked about the secret bank account. Now Trump did admit that he did have a secret bank account in China and he closed it. But let's just be clear. Even Obama said they'll be call him Beijing.
Right.
Right. That's like if he had a secret bank account. But let me be clear, like, why in the world he having all these interact, but he had no choice because American banks, like you said last time, they were done with him. They wasn't
Right.
getting no more money.
So he was trying to go overseas and build his hotels and golf courses and everything overseas. So you would have a bank account if you were doing business overseas, but you paying taxes to them, but you're not paying no taxes over here.
55%, over 50% in taxes that he was paying in China, and he nowhere near paying that.
Right. That's crazy.
That'll let you know. And then right. I'm looking at your comments. The prepaid tax. This man was just lying.
But businesses do have to pay quarterly taxes.
Yes.
So he might have prepaid something, but we don't know. Okay, you prepaid, but did you get something back? Did you even out? What is it? We don't know because he won't release his taxes.
And he keeps saying the IRS never treated me. They treated me the worst.
He said he don't know what he paid. He had to ask his accountant. You don't know what your money is doing. Your accountants could be stealing from you.
Okay, it could be like an MC Hammer situation. And then we listening, and then this is when Joe Biden was really getting pissed off. He said, "I beat them other guys." I think he's confused because he kept, Trump kept name dropping Bernie Sanders. He kept bringing this up, but he kept bringing up a good, valid point. You've been in business for 40-some years, for 8 years, 40-some years. Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do this? But what he had to understand is he should have came back with, "I'm the vice president. I wasn't the president."
He said that.
Oh yeah, he probably did.
He did say that at one time
because he probably kind of keep educating them on that, and
he tried to bring up Hillary, but he told him, "You're not running against people. You're running against me."
And then he brought up the 1994 crime bill.
Oh yeah.
That is like Trump is not crazy. They are really catering to that black male vote. They want 20% of black men to vote for Trump. That's what he was really catering because he hammered him on the crime bill.
Yeah,
then
but
he brought up I call them the exonerated five, the Central Park Five. Finally brought them up, but they should have had attack ads all. Should have been running since the beginning to see announced about what he did to those exonerated five. Well, most of y'all know them as the Central Park Five. He's been exonerated, but he finally brought that up.
Right. And then Trump, when he talked about Black Lives Matter, then he fumbled with that because then he put his foot in his mouth saying that they were calling people pigs in a blanket, but that's not true.
He said fry them up like bacon. I'm like, what?
Right.
I must be hungry. I never heard of a Black Lives
Matter. So essentially he was like, he not for Black Lives Matter.
Right.
And then Trump was when he had his real estate in New York, he wouldn't rent to black people.
Exactly. He got sued too.
Yeah, they should have Biden should have brought that up.
They did get sued for that. Even in Mary Trump, she even brought it up in the book about how her uncle got sued and grandfather got sued for not renting to black folks. And they had to pay. They had to pay a settlement.
But he said he did more for black people. He keeps saying this. Like,
they knew more than...
No. Nobody do nothing for us. We've been fighting for our own selves. Tell the truth about it.
He anytime you have to go all the way back to Abraham Lincoln...
Yeah, he said him and Abraham Lincoln did the best.
But did Joe Biden call him Abraham Lincoln? I think Joe Biden oh Lord Jesus. This country, we better stay prayed up. We better get to fight for our rights because this is like really something. And then when he said, "I'm the least racist person in the room," I'm like, Trump, just stop. Really,
he tried, but this was better than the first debate for Trump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even though he's throwing out conspiracies and lies, he tried to stay.
Yeah. Trump really did a great job with his points of who he was catering. He came in there catering to black male voters. He know we want to double that support because he know most black ain't messing with Joe Biden because they remember the 1994 crime bill, and some of them just remember it and they just tell her, yeah, he did the crime. You know how that goes,
right.
And they still,
but he wasn't the only one that did the crime bill.
He wasn't the only one that done it. Absolutely, even Hillary called him out for that because Hillary got called out for it too. But one thing that Trump, I think he did much better in the debate.
Yeah, he did much better in this debate in his style. You know, he never has any facts or anything. He just rambles and spits stuff out. But he spit it out in a way that wasn't so divisive as before. And they were more courteous with not talking over each other.
If you look at, he's talking about who built the cages. Ask him who built. Now you got to be clear that them cages was built under the Obama administration. Even the Obama administration, they have deported a lot of people under Obama.
Yeah, they all administrations are deporting people. ICE is always working. It just depends on the president what the law is.
His was worse. I've heard they said Trump, it just went quadruple.
Yeah, they say 500 kids are missing their parents. They can't match the kids with their parents or find their parents.
Their probably parents been deported.
They came with their parents and now they lost their parents.
It's crazy.
That's sad. You will never see your parent again, or
because some of them probably will never see them again because some of them got deported.
Right.
And there's no infrastructure enough to connect them back together.
Or they might be scared to come and get their kids thinking they'll be thrown out the country.
Absolutely. So they'll let them just be stuck there. And then I was saying about it is Biden said he will have a plan to have a pathway to citizenship, which they should. Even those people, the DACA kids, the kids that came on when they was, it should already automatically be a plan for them because they didn't have.
They had a plan. But when Trump came in, they stopped it.
Yeah.
So now they're in limbo.
And it is just crazy. It's really, really crazy. But then we got the Supreme Court. I'm surprised they didn't too much bring that up in this. It's a lot of stuff they could have really talked about.
They talked about the health care.
Yeah, healthcare and COVID really dominated this debate. But let's be clear, a lot of people have already voted. So I don't know.
They said 40 million.
40 million people have voted. And I'm not going to say Trump will. I got to be careful who might win. I'm going to say Biden might win, but I won't be shocked if Trump win again. Because again, these polls, they were saying the same thing last time that Hillary was going to win.
Now, I did listen to the poll this time. Now, the polls were right last time. They said at this time last time, Hillary was down in the polls.
Okay.
She was only up by plus 2.something%. So about the time the election took place, she didn't have much of a margin to, of a lead. So right now, Biden has more of a lead than Hillary had. So they said, wait for the next 13 days or after this debate and see if that lead goes down.
I believe it will. After this debate, I
don't think so.
It won't go down as much.
I think people already had a mind made up. Anybody that don't have a mind made up, they got something going on with their mind. Okay,
and it's going to be a tight election.
Right.
Some states going to have a problem with the mail-in ballots. I hope Florida get it together because Florida always got something going on. Okay, I just hope they mail in. It's great. The system is great. I'm grateful that most people is voting early.
Oh, these people is voting early, baby.
Yeah. That's the piece that I like. So,
our own Almond Brown was out there this morning in the line. Okay.
Yeah, Almond Brown was in the line. Yes.
For Florida, I know somebody else from Florida said they was in the line and already voted.
Yes.
And next week I get to vote on Monday. So, and where I live in Maryland, I see a lot of Biden signs, but we're not a swing state. So, and I seen on CNN, it was a black young lady in Detroit. She walks around passing out information about voting all over the city. So it's people out there on the ground still working to get, this election won.
I feel you on that. So the phone lines is open. So if the people want to call in, the number is 646-716-8447. Let's go to this first caller. 9328 caller, you on air.
Yes, that would be me. Thank you, Wiley, for taking my phone call. I'm glad I'm the first one.
Hello.
And the first thing that I want, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
The first thing I want to address is the COVID-19 situation. And the first thing I want to say is everything that Trump has done so far and how he handled it.
Speak up in the phone.
The whole COVID.
Because it's like you got a mic cover. Yeah, speak. There you go.
Everything that Trump done from the day that he announced his first press conference, I believe he did what was in what he thought at the time was in the best interest of the people. Even as president, if I was president, I wouldn't have come out in a panic situation either. I would have stated what I wanted to state, told the facts without issuing panic. It was what I think exactly what he did. And then when you have Joe Biden, someone who's sitting on the sidelines, who, when you're sitting on the sidelines, it's very easy to say what you would do when you're not tasked with the job of actually doing it.
Not really, caller, because Joe Biden and Obama had a pandemic office in a White House, and Trump took it out. They had people in China, scientists over there just watching what's going on over there, just in case something broke out. Trump took the people out.
But wait, hold up. Wait. Let me stop you because I have just patiently listened to you. So be quiet.
Wait.
Don't put Trump.
But she the guest. Okay? Hold on 1 second. One second.
When I talk,
one second. She's responding. But 1 second.
Let me talk, okay?
1 second. She's letting you know what you said is not all the way correct because back in the administration they already had a plan in place and they had a pandemic. Or it could have been a potential pandemic with the swine.
Let me talk, and I will address all of that because. You said they already had a plan in place.
They already had a plan in place.
Okay, what was that plan? When Obama did that speech, and he said they left basically a roadmap for how to handle a pandemic. Did he give you details of that roadmap or what plan that they had in place? Did he give you any kind of details? Did he just spread out something and say that he had this plan already in place? It's easy to say that, but tell me the details of that plan and tell me how he didn't follow that plan. Don't just say you had a plan and don't tell me what that plan was.
They used the plan when they had the we had a pandemic during the
That's what I'm going to think. Okay, and then furthermore, everything that Joe Biden has said that he would do, it has already been done or is being done. There is nothing new that Joe Biden is talking about that he would do that hasn't already been done. In terms of shutting down the economy and keeping the shut down, yes, early on, maybe that was the best thing to shut it down until we learn how this virus works and how people respond to treatment. And so we got some forms of treatment for it. We are better educated now than we were then. The president is absolutely right on that. And
but let me say this. Let me interject.
Now what we must do now is we must start to open our economy.
If you think, go ahead, Blue Skies. You wanted to respond.
How you gonna open the economy when the virus is going up?
We must
hold on 1 second, sir. Okay.
Okay. Let her understand. Most people, maybe like your guest, Blue Skies. I understand. Maybe
you don't know how I live now. Wait a minute. I'm gonna be respectful on the Wiley Show, but you don't know how I'm living. Okay, you don't know how I'm living. So be respectful. You don't know how I'm living.
Go ahead,
you don't know how I'm living.
And your response to it, because you want to get to the Ebola, because we could have had that under Obama, but they handled that situation so different. They handled it, they addressed it, and we did not deal with all those deaths like how Trump is doing. But go ahead, Blue Skies, your point.
How I'm living? He don't know how I'm living. Number one, the numbers are going up. Okay, so if everybody have a choice, he can go out there without a mask. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you live and who you live with. Go without a mask. Don't social distance. What you talking about? Open the economy up. The economy has already been destroyed.
I got my.
And you talking about what kind of plan did they have? Now I want to ask that caller. Is he still on the line?
Yeah, let me.
Okay, now should Trump have told us about the virus
Let me tell you
back
something.
in December?
Whenever
I'm
I go
asking you a
wherever
question. You
I
can't
go,
hear the
wherever I'm
question
going,
while you
I wear
talking
my
now.
mask. Wherever I'm going, I
Now,
wear my mask.
now, should Trump have told us about the virus in
Where
December?
One second. I'm gonna put him on mute.
me.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God.
What's your question, Blue Skies? I'm gonna put him on mute because he's trying.
Should Trump have told us about the virus back in December? Or should he have waited, let's see, December, January, February, 4 months later and tell us about the virus? Or should they have prepared us for the virus back in December?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's make it make sense.
Okay, caller 9328. You want to respond?
I can't hear you, so I can't respond to anything you're saying because I can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, he can't hear me.
I can't respond to you.
But we can hear him.
But,
okay. Let me go to the next caller.
I can't.
Bring it back on. 2693, caller, you on air.
Come on, listen.
Hello, 2693. Hello. You calling from 708, you live on air. All right. 2693, you live. But I want to answer this though, okay. Because they ain't saying nothing. Let me do this and then have them call back in. Regardless of what you think about Trump, he have dropped the ball when it came to coronavirus. He did not wear masks. He contracted the coronavirus, and they call it a super spreader event. And I still don't know how he just got over it so quick, by the way. But that'll let you know that when you're wealthy or you're powerful, you get the best.
Or the president, they're gonna give him the best care.
The best care in the world. But
them doctors are traveling with him. He got to get some treatments that are not even on the market yet that you and me cannot get. They rush him to the hospital on an airplane. You and me would have to go get tested. They're gonna send you home. They're gonna wait till you can't breathe. Then they're gonna bring you in the hospital and put you on a nebulizer, knowing that you can't, or ventilator. I mean, knowing that it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that to him. He's getting the best care. These people not gonna get that care.
And I'm gonna go to the next caller with that. 5840, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, thank you for having this show, Wiley. Hey, this is the icon from New York. Hey, thank you for standing your ground.
I love you. I'm fanning out.
Stand your ground and never back down. I just love your shadiness and your attitude. You better work, girl. But yeah, I just want to say it was a great debate tonight, and Wally, thank you so much for uplifting us and having us stay tuned. And because of you, I started watching the debate.
Oh, that's nice.
Congratulations for that. And I couldn't wait for you to come on and talk about it. But definitely it was a better debate with both parties. The commentator was a little bold, but she could have been a little more bolder. Because she was keep saying 30 seconds and you have 30 seconds. Be more strict. And right up to the mic. Wasn't
it supposed to be muted, but
it wasn't muted all night.
No, it wasn't. They should have gave her the power to mute the mic and be like, okay, that's it.
Well, my mind was already made up to anything that they both would have said or whatever. I'm getting him out of here.
I know I have already cast my ballot.
I'll go Monday.
Yes, we do start voting next week.
Oh, next week?
Monday, correct. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, we start. Well, where I'm from as well. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be doing early voting as well.
Yeah.
I'm going the first day of early voting.
Okay.
Likewise.
All right, now.
Get back into the bushes.
Okay, now. Wow, because when you vote early and plan to vote. If you got to do the vote by mail, make sure you plan to vote. You could do a drop off. It's so many, but just go to vote.org so you will know. And then some states, not all, got same day registration. So
they do.
same day and vote.
That's
But it all
amazing.
depends upon your state. I think Illinois is one, but just make sure you go and double check. Go to vote.org. We got some people in the chat said they voted yesterday. Some another viewer said I voted today. And
Oh wow.
yes. So I'm hearing all of this. So that's great. And when I did the vote, it was already a line when I voted early. And of course, I had voted the same day Roland Martin voted. He was crying because he said all those people voted. And I guess he's in a little beef with some lady. I forgot her name, but he's in a little beef with the ADOS people. They don't too much.
American descendants of slavery people.
They don't too much like Joe Biden. I mean, they don't like Roland Martin. So
you know, they directed Ice Cube over to ADOS so he could get schooled on what the work that they have already put in for reparations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Instead of him going to the government, he didn't even know what was going on. Like ADOS is a movement that has been going on for years now. And one of the ladies that the head of it, Yvette Carnell, she was on CNN on a Sunday show about it. So his head is kind of in the sand if he never even knew about ADOS. Come on now.
Wow. Because he got help from them too with his plan.
Yeah, that's someone. I forget. My sister was telling me someone directed him to them.
So I'm putting it out here. If you go to vote.org, you got 11 days until wow. It's we almost at
we counting down.
We count down, and next week I'll be working. So I think Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I'll be working 6 to 2. So I'm gonna have to, get in that break room.
But I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. You know what I'm saying? Like when Trump was in office before the pandemic, I wasn't paying attention to none of this politics or whatever, because to me, for Black people, we always got to get it out the mud. We always surviving no matter what. But now with the pandemic, when you dealing with with this deadly virus, that's a whole game changer. Like you can't be be the president and be up there playing with nothing like this. And we haven't heard from the committee for the White House committee on the coronavirus. They outed Dr. Fauci. They putting out all this rhetoric about him that's not true. And it's just nonsense. And people have lost a loved one, 200,000 lives lost that shouldn't have been lost, and more to come. And it's just sad.
Right, because I was watching CNN and they was like, this is why we cover this, because it was some kid, they lost both their parents, their mother and their father.
Oh man, that's so sad.
So sad. But again, it becomes from failed leadership.
Right.
If they had better leadership, if we were invested in scientists and our healthcare system, we won't have this problem.
And if the president didn't hold PPE from the what he called the blue states, everybody should have got the same amount of PPE. They already had it stockpiled from the Obama administration. And
then the governor, your governor, wouldn't have to sneak and deal with another country to get
right. Right. And I have a Republican governor, but he did good with us with the coronavirus. He listened to the scientists. I mean, we have the best hospitals here. We got the National Institutes of Health in Maryland, John Hopkins. So he listened to the scientists. He's a Republican. He did a good job. So it's not about Republican, Democrat, this, that, or the other. It's just about common sense.
I feel you on that. What's up, YouTube? On election night, we're going to cover the election. Whether you're a Republican or whether you're a Democrat, this is a history-making night. Somebody, whether you're Donald Trump or Joe Biden, will be the next president. But I'm going to give my perspective on the election. So join me and Blue Skies as we talk about the election. Go out and vote, because on November 3rd, it will be history that's going to be made. right, so I'm excited.
Wiley, you better do it with your commercial. You better do it. Do you hear me?
Always, oh,
And then you had on your shirt that say "Do the right thing."
okay, yes. So I got to tell my job Monday. I'm gonna need that day off. But go to them on Monday. I'm gonna say I gotta have November 3rd off. I have a special engagement for that day. But I'm just super excited. Like this will be the first election.
Right. This is record breaking. Like this is historic. Like probably already 50 million people probably already voted. That was late earlier this afternoon. My sister told me 40 million. Now, I mean, and the other day it was just like 20 million. Now it's just moving so fast. People are early voting.
Yes, and it's good. You're supposed to early vote because why wait and stand on them long lines on election
right.
day?
And hopefully this will get people engaged to stay in the political process.
Yes, I will tell you this. That Democrats, I will tell you this, that Democrats better keep that same energy with their midterm election.
Right. That's where we lost. Yeah.
We're doing that midterm. We got
now they better pass this. I don't care who passed it. They need to get this money out here. They say it's just money being held up for small businesses. These people, this guy was on the TV crying. He had to lay off his people, and he said he might have to shut down his business. People being put out their homes, and this is just a shame. And they need to stop arguing on Capitol Hill, and they need to pass the next round of
the stimulus.
Yeah,
they definitely need it because I need it. Many people, especially those that are suffering and getting evicted, they need emergency rental assistance.
Right. Because as soon as the pandemic hit, the first week, people were out there trying to get food and everything. It's just sad. And it's ridiculous that they up there fighting. They say Mitch McConnell won't budge.
Mitch McConnell, he just needs to get out of office, y'all. Woo.
But I think he's going to win again. It don't look good for Kentucky.
Yeah, because you can't wait to the last minute. He should have been out there campaigning 4 years.
Right.
Non-stop.
Right, but it's just the mindset of people,
The mindset of people. All right, y'all. We didn't get any more callers, so we're gonna bring this show to an end.
They sick of it too, Wiley. Like I got adult attention deficit disorder, and so do the people. They just like, okay, we over this. And they already went and voted.
We have covered this. We talked about it. We got 12 days left to election.
Right.
For them to campaign. It is what it is. I'm looking forward to see who's going to win.
I'm looking forward to it.
And then I want to see how the Senate going to be. Then I want to see Pennsylvania.
I want to see the
state house. The state house red to blue. So it's a lot that I want. Watching out for.
It's a lot to look at.
Then look at the Supreme Court. They already putting her up. So that's going to. So it's a lot. We better get involved and get into it.
Right.
So thank you, Blue Sky.
Thank you for having me.
I didn't even know I was going to do this because
I apologize to your caller, but like, don't get crump with me. Like I'm from Detroit, talking about how I'm living. We can have a conversation,
right? But when it comes to this politics, these people we really getting in when it comes to these politics.
I just go by the facts and what make common sense, and then I'm gonna question you on if you can't come back. Don't get crump with me. Like, just say you don't have a rebuttal.
Let's say this. What if Trump wins? Are you ready for that? If he were to win a re-election?
I'm telling you, black people, you had the power. Even not just black people, all the people had the power. Do you see how this country got shut down when money was not moving?
Come on.
If we stop spending our money collectively and say, okay, we're not doing nothing until you do X, Y, Z, no matter who's in that office, somebody gonna start moving. But for us, as historically as a people, American descendants of slavery, we've always got it out the mud. We wouldn't be here, Wiley, if our ancestors weren't strong. We could have been, our lineage could have been shut down a long time ago.
I feel you on that. So are you ready for the hearing that if a Trump win again? How would you handle that?
I'll handle it the same way I've been handling it.
Okay.
I keep it pushing and I keep working hard.
The same way.
I keep getting it out the mud. That's
right.
how we always do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Helping my people where I can help my people.
Exactly. I'll be the same way. I'll be still out here working, still out here grinding, regardless.
Right.
I'm gonna still be a black man out here working. All right, y'all. Thank you all so very much. This was awesome. I'm not gonna hold y'all up because tomorrow I do have a doctor's appointment, so I'm just really busy. But today I was supposed to go and pick up some more medicine, but I already have found another bottle full of pills. I'm like,
oh my goodness.
So I got to go do that tomorrow as well. But I said we gotta get politically engaged, and this have been great. Like y'all been looking forward to these shows because I'm like, is you going live? Is you gonna be talking about the debate? I'm like, what?
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm excited that you all are engaged. And shout out to that interview that we did with August. That video with the Real Hot Boys of Houston that got over 1,000 views. So y'all were into that.
Yeah, because he was fine. I ain't no cougar, but you know what I'm saying.
And he drove all the way from Houston to Dallas for that interview. They got their show that's coming up. It airs, I think, this Saturday.
Oh, I can't wait.
That show is coming out, and of course, we will review it as well. And of course, we're waiting on G Status ATL Hustle to come out with a new episode because we looking forward to that. Because I'm all the way caught up. I can't wait till that come out. So thank you all. I will see y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blue Sky.
Have a good night, Wiley and producers and the mods, sisters.
Yes. What's up, YouTube? On election night, we're going to cover the election. Whether you're a Republican or whether you're a Democrat, this is a history-making night. Somebody, whether you're Donald Trump or Joe Biden, will be the next president. But I'm going to give my perspective on the election. So join me and Blue Skies as we talk about the election. Go out and vote because on November 3rd, it will be history that's going to be made.